All right. It's the bye week. It's Thursday, which means it's bold predictions Thursday. We got two for the season. The Steelers will return from the bye week next week. JJ Watt, Iron Eagle will call the game, which I'm super excited for. I'll be at the game, but it's still fun to like hear the highlights. Those two are awesome together. And then on top of that, you get bye week number 2. If you ask Ben Roethlisberger, I'm going to mention that probably 100 times in the next 2 weeks. We got 2 bold predictions each for you as we head into it's not the back half of the season, but the post-bye half of the season for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm going to let you kick things off here. Give me your 2 bold predictions for the Pittsburgh Steelers in the back half of the year.
Here is number 1 for you, my man. We talked about him a little bit yesterday. Don't think we mentioned him so far today. But we talked about the defense a ton, and I think it's trending upwards. And
Yes,
I think that is just going to continue to elevate one player in particular, and that is not former defensive player of the year TJ Watt. It's who's going to be getting a lot more of those reps on the opposite side, Nick Herbig. My first bold prediction, and maybe it's not so bold, but I feel like it is that Nick Herbig will be the undisputed sack leader of the Pittsburgh Steelers to end this season. And it will be kickstarted coming out of this bye week or the second bye week, whichever one happens first.
I love it. I think he gets a couple in the second bye week against the Cleveland Browns. Dylan Gabriel, man. I think the worst team you can start things off with is the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think the second worst team that you could start things off with is the Pittsburgh Steelers. And by that, I mean, you're going to get a game this week, okay, where you're going to get the spark. Spark's gone after the first week. You lose it. On top, after that, the offensive line's blocking worse for you. The receivers aren't getting open anymore for you. You got some tape. The worst thing you need in the NFL, the worst thing a not great quarterback could have in the NFL is tape. Awful stuff. The Steelers are about to walk in there, welcome him to Acrisure Stadium, where people will be rocking. This team will be excited. And I think he is in for a rude awakening. And I think Nick Herbig's going to have a day, my friend. Dwan Jones is out for the season. I don't even know who replaced him at this point. I like that one. I could see it happening. And I'm a big Nick Herbig guy, as we know. So I think that is very likely for a bold prediction.
Ooh, well, maybe I'm just, maybe that is too mild of a bold take, but I think I'm just hopping on this train that is the Nick Herbig Express and just taking it all the way to wherever this season ends up. So I'm here for it. Let's go, Nick Herbig. You want to hear my second one?
Hit me with it.
Let's go. We talked about where a trade would happen. Still don't think it's going to. I'm not backing off of that at all. But what I think is going to continue to emerge and what is going to continue picking up momentum is this DK Metcalf feeling of being home for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He told you after that win that I'm here, I'm home. Everyone knows that DK Metcalf is the focal point of this Pittsburgh Steelers offense. It's going to remain so. But despite that, I think he is going to just continue to rise and smash expectations. He's currently on pace to finish with, 60 to 65 receptions, about 1,100 yards, double-digit touchdowns. My bold prediction is that I think DK Metcalf hits 1,300 yards receiving because the volume is just going to match that sort of production. Everyone knows it's coming to him, but I think as they demonstrated against the Vikings, you might know it's coming, but you probably can't stop it. And if they continue to do that, DK Metcalf keeps picking up these catches, keeps picking up yards and touchdowns. Big year for DK Metcalf is my second bold prediction.
1,300 yards would shut so many people up. So many people. There would be so many critics of DK Metcalf. Sorry, it was a long time of defending Deontay Johnson. We're here now. Of DK Metcalf going, he's got bricks for hands, which he does have some drop issues. And he was not worth the money and all that stuff. And now it's DK Metcalf has 1,300 yards. He is Aaron Rodgers' favorite target by a mile. He is ridiculously athletic. He works his butt off, and the Steelers love him, which means that they're going to create opportunities for him. And that's the key to success. It's not in the NFL. It has everything to do with talent, but you also need to work your butt off, and the team needs to like you, because if the team does not like you, it will not create opportunities for you. And DK works his butt off and they love him, which means they're going to create the opportunities for him. They're going to create plays for DK Metcalf. 1,300 yards would be awesome. What's his touchdowns? What's he finished with the touchdowns at 1,300 yards? That's a lot of yards.
Well, I mean, he has what, 3 through 4 games. So let's say he finishes with a nice and healthy 13 touchdowns to match those 1,300 yards. Lucky number 13, folks.
That's 1,300 yards and 13 touchdowns would just be bonkers. Absolutely bonkers right there. I love it. I love it. All right. I'll give you mine too here. We're going to start on the defensive side of the football. You gave me one defense, one offense. I got one defense, one offense. I'm excited for my defensive one here. Deshon Elliott is how we started this show off. He's a guy that is right now ripping the NFL, which means he's going to get fined again, but he doesn't care, dude. NFL better count their days, count their effing days. That's how we started this show. Deshon's a stud, okay? And when healthy, is an impact player like not many out there for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He's got one interception. The league lead in interceptions right now is just 3, which means that he's 2 behind the leader in the NFL. My first bold prediction is very simple. Deshon is known for many things, but this defense is loaded to the gills, and they're not going after the Darius Slays and the Joey Porter Jr.'s when they have an opportunity to go after the Deshon Elliott's, because he's still overlooked. My bold prediction number 1 is that Deshon Elliott leads the NFL in interceptions by the end of the season.
Oh, my dude. That, okay. I don't think that, I think that is similar to Nick Herbig leading this team in sacks, in that while it is bold, right? Like that, it might not be the first thing you think of. It doesn't feel unrealistic. Like that, he is a playmaker. He is a difference maker. He is the heartbeat of the Pittsburgh Steelers defense, I would argue, in a lot of ways. And I think, especially in the absence of Jalen Ramsey, which could be an extended period of time, that turnover stuff is going to come from him a lot. So yeah, I mean, I love it. I hope to see it. I'm rooting for it to happen. Don't think it's the craziest thing I've heard you say on the show.
Wow. Oh, definitely. I've heard this week alone, I've probably said way crazier things than Deshon Elliott leading the league in interceptions. Yesterday, I said that if I was going to fight James Harrison, I'd use an elephant. So, you never know what way
you did say that. Yeah.
All Steelers talk goes anyways, always. I love it. It's a good time. All right, there's my number 1 on the defensive side or on the offensive side of the football. Excuse me. You just talked DK Metcalf. Well, the Pittsburgh Steelers have this other guy who people are starting to believe is an absolute animal. And I named him number 1 in my power rankings during the call-in show the other day. I stick to that. There's nothing pulling me back from that. Aaron Rodgers is so good. It's so much fun to see how good Aaron Rodgers is. It's fun to have a good quarterback in Pittsburgh again. Like, it's really fun to watch. Right now, he's got 8 touchdowns on the season. He trails Lamar Jackson, who has 10, and Jared Goff, who has 9. Lamar's out for a couple of weeks. Jared Goff is Jared Goff, and I think he's an absolute animal. Very overlooked as a great quarterback in the NFL. Aaron Rodgers, bold prediction number 2, is about to lead the league in touchdown passes at 41 years old.
Wow.
I got 2 league leaders. I stayed with a trend here, but I was going Rodgers in the AFC North, and then I said he's only 2 behind. I think he pulls it off in the season.
Do you know offhand who is like the oldest quarterback to lead the league in touchdowns in an NFL season? I'd be curious to see if that would be like the first time someone over 40 led the league in touchdowns.
Let's look it up here.
That would be crazy. That would be absolutely crazy. That's a bold prediction.
Tom Brady in 2021 at the age of 44.
Yeah, of course. Should have just probably guessed that without even knowing that offhand, because of course that's what that would be. He can certainly do that. That this is a bold prediction. I think much more. No, not much more bold, but more bold and maybe a little bit far-reaching of a goal for Aaron Rodgers compared to Deshon Elliott's league-leading statistic you're predicting here. But he could do so. This offense, is going to live and die by the arm of Aaron Rodgers. That feels very certain so far. So far, they're living by it. So if that continues, why not? Why not have the 41-year-old Aaron Rodgers leading the league in touchdown passes? That would be insane, Noah, and just the so much different than how I thought this season and envisioned this season sort of going for the
Yes.
Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yes, Deshon Elliott to me would be awesome, but I would never imagine that of the guys on this roster, he would be the guy I'm picking to lead the league in interceptions. Rodgers leading the league in touchdown passes is like, I mean, there was a 50% chance that this offense did literally nothing. And then it improved to like a 75% chance in week 2 and week 3. And it's now climbed back down to like a 40. And we're feeling like they're trending in the right direction, which leaves some optimism. Would be awesome. I think Aaron Rodgers is still so good, man. And again, it is so much fun to watch. It is so much fun to watch an old Aaron Rodgers. I'm having a blast doing it.